Lección 69. Father Hour. Padre, the word for father. Que padre. This is a phrase that's often used to mean, hey, cool, or how cool, or neat. Que padre. Muy padre. Really cool. Brother. Isn't it funny how the names of family are used to say things that don't have anything to do with family? I mean, brother. People say that a lot. Brother. How about this one from the Italian language? Mamma mia. Maybe you don't say that, but a lot of people do. Mamma mia. My mom. Mom, my. Why in the world would that be used to say anything like, oh man, or wow, or wonderful, or I can't believe this? Mamma mia. It can mean all kinds of things, just like the word brother can. And how about this one? Sometimes kids use this word when they're wrestling for fun, or even if they're fighting for real. One boy might get another boy in a real tight headlock, and the other one says, Uncle, which means, I give, let me up. When I was a kid, that word was used more often. In Spanish, there's a little phrase, tío fulano. Which member of the family is tío? Of course, it's uncle. Tío fulano, uncle so-and-so. But what we really mean in Spanish is just so-and-so. We might say, I came across some tío fulano on the street. I came across some so-and-so, just any old person. We're going to be looking at part of a famous prayer that President Barack Obama used in his inauguration. Inauguration is a big fancy ceremony for people when they're becoming President of the United States. I won't be trying to talk you into praying. I don't want you to think like that. You may come from a home where the prayer isn't used and maybe no prayer is used. But I want to show you some interesting things about language. If lessons on prayer make you uncomfortable, you don't have to watch this one. You can skip it. President Obama wanted to include this prayer called the Lord's Prayer, or Father Hour, partly because it's used all around the world. Elementary schools around the country watched the president's ceremony and heard the prayer, and one of our schools asked me to do a lesson on it. Pater Noster. Maybe you've sung this song in a choir, or heard it sung by choirs in your town. Pater Noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificitur nomen tuum. Something like that. Now this is Latin. As I have said before, I grew up with Latin every day. I want to switch to Spanish now, but notice Pater Noster, Father Hour. Padre Nuestro, Father Hour. Padre Nuestro, que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Now English. Father Hour, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Father Hour, or Our Father. Notice that in English we can't switch the words around like that. It sounds too weird, but in many other languages we can. And it can give a feeling of a little more awesomeness. I mean, more respect, more greatness. In Spanish we can say Father Hour, or we can say Our Father. And then, who art in heaven. Now this is Old English, the way people used to speak many years ago. Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Well, that's one way to look at those words, but it's possible to look at them in a way that makes them even more interesting than they are in English to most people. I'll show you what I mean. This is Spanish, cielo. Sometimes we say cielos. These look like a word in English. Can you think of a word in your house that looks like this? And sometimes you hear weather reporters using this word. It looks like, and it also means, ceiling. At least it can. Sometimes when people are giving a weather report, they talk about a ceiling up there in the sky. It means the clouds go up a certain distance, and where they stop, that might be the ceiling. That's one example. The words cielo and cielos can mean ceiling, or sky, or skies. But they can also mean something else. They can mean heaven or heavens. So the words cielo and cielos can mean ceiling or sky or skies or heaven or heavens. In Spanish, it doesn't make much difference whether you say cielo or cielos. Now let's see if we can find the word cielo or cielos in the Latin version of the Lord's Prayer, Pater Noster. Of course, you can see it right there. In celis. It looks like cielo and cielos, all right, but how will you translate this? I mean, if I ask you to tell me what it means in English, what will you say? Father our who art in... What are you going to say? Are you going to pick sky or heaven? In many languages, we don't worry about that. We just say, for instance, en los cielos or en el cielo. Now let's go back to the Spanish Father Our. Find the word for sky or heaven. Easy, I know. So we have Father Our who art in... What are you going to say? Are we going to say sky? Are we going to say ceiling? Well, we aren't going to say ceiling. Are we going to say sky or heaven? Maybe you believe there is a difference, and maybe you don't. Anyway, where is heaven? Do you think it's somewhere beyond the sky? Or is it partly in the sky? Is it partly earth? All kinds of people ask these questions. Santificado sea tu nombre. Hallowed be thy name. In other words, may your name be treated with lots of respect. Notice the tu. Here it means your. Tu nombre. Your name. I'll tell you, if you study Latin, it will make you a lot better at English and other languages. Latin is one of the most important languages to know. Back to Spanish. Venga tu reino. There's the word tu again. Your. Or in Old English, thy. So this is thy kingdom come. Hágase tu voluntad. Thy will be done. There's the word tu again. Your. Your will. In Spanish and other languages, we can say your in a way that makes it more personal, closer. Remember, this prayer starts out with Our Father. It's a family affair that is easier to see in some other languages. In Spanish, Thy will be done can be translated, Have it your way, Dad. So, if your family uses this prayer, try mixing Spanish into it and some other English words and see if you can get the feeling for it that we get in Spanish and other languages, to make it an interesting educational experience for you. And if anyone says, brother, or mamma mia, this is ridiculous, just say, oh no, que padre, que muy padre, que padre.